Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. We have an important question to answer, and that is, you go to Wendy's, you want to find Frosty, right?
Yes.
Normally people go, you know what, the fries are fine for me. That's all I need to put in my Frosty is my fries. But some people would like to put a little extra in there, get a little kick in there, make your evening go well.
Somebody said I would go with rum in my Frosty. Yeah. Another person says Bailey's Irish Cream in a Frosty is the best.
Well, that is one of the top. Good call. Bing, bing. Good call. Top two are indeed Bailey's Espresso Cream. Yeah. And the other one makes sense if you're thinking about putting, what kind of alcohol do you put in your coffee in the morning? You have a little
moonshine.
Breakfast. Moonshine. Yes. Wow, you guys are hardcore.
God, yeah. I was thinking Kahlua.
Exactly. That's the number one.
A little more mellow than
Calm
whiskey.
Fine. Calm down, ladies.
No. Wow. You know what? I'm going to give you
moonshine will put hair on your chest, BJ.
Yeah. I'm going to give you both a kick in your jimmies. Okay? Just because you're more men than Rev and I.
Yeah, Vicky's got that hairy chest, everybody.
I know. Careful.
Well, that's what you put in your Wendy's, okay? Because it's a sweet drink.
I've never thought about adding alcohol to a Frosty.
You know why?
Because I finish it before I could even think about it.
There you go.
You also don't go to Lunchbox Laboratory very much.
I was just thinking that when you were talking about this, because they do have alcohol-infused shakes, and they're great.
Yeah, that's where I all of a sudden realized every shake should have some alcohol in it. Lunchbox Lab is legit. And if you've never been to a Lunchbox Laboratory, you're going to want to go. Their burgers are insane. And alcohol-infused milkshakes, come on.
I just suggest if you're going, go hungry, because you get a lot of good food.
Yeah.
And it's filling, and you don't want to have, you want that stomach empty so you can just take it all in.
Yeah. So this, we want to thank this food reviewer at this website called The Takeout, because they were the ones that really said, look, if you're not putting booze in your Frosty, which, when you take it home in your own home and do it, okay?
Somebody says throw a little Heritage brown sugar bourbon in there.
Oh, dude, that's a great idea. So good in coffee.
That stuff's so good just by itself.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, BSB has replaced rum in my Cokes. BSB is now the new. I throw it in my dude. It is amazing. BSB brown sugar bourbon from Heritage is amazing. And rum's getting mad at me. The captain, by the way, Captain Morgan has kicked me off the ship. It's like, come on, buddy.
He's gonna keel haul you.
Yeah.
So he says Malibu rum would be really good.
Oh yeah, a little coconut style. Yeah.
Oh, I like how this person's thinking. Everclear and Ambien, that goes good with a Frosty.
Oh, sure does.
From Lakewood Larry.
Yeah, good job, Larry. Next thing you know, I'll be hating everybody.
I was thinking a dark rum like a Myers would be really tasty as opposed to maybe a lighter rum.
Well, people are saying that actually what doesn't taste so good to them would be rum. They're saying that Captain Morgan spiced rum actually not so good. You would think Smirnoff vanilla vodka might be something, but no.
Maybe with the vanilla Frosty, which nobody ever gets.
I would, you know what? Back in the day, they never had a vanilla Frosty, and I'm a vanilla fan. I got to try me a vanilla Frosty because I'm not sure if I've ever had one.
When it comes to any other place, if I'm getting any other kind of soft serve or an ice cream treat, I always go vanilla, like shakes, whatever. If I'm going Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever I'm getting. But when I go to Wendy's or when my friend Ricky Henderson goes, he tells me about how he even thinks, I think, that, oh, wow, they got vanilla. I should try it. I love everything vanilla, but I can't get past the fact that the chocolate Frosty is just so damn good.
You were raised on that, weren't you? That's the thing, because there wasn't always vanilla.
No.
So that's why I want to try the vanilla, because I love vanilla so much.
That's my daughter's favorite. The vanilla. She hates the chocolate Frosty.
Because she's young, she doesn't know any better.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the chocolate
You're clearly
Frosty.
a bad parent.
Apparently.
Yeah. I like chocolate in a lot of things, but not in my milkshake. So I was never a big Frosty fan. I have now been changed. I didn't know there was a vanilla Frosty. I'm loving life. But either way, you want to put booze in there. Rumplemints, they say, is good.
How about somebody says peppermint schnapps?
Peppermint schnapps. Well, you know what? If you've got Rumpelmints, it makes sense that, maybe peppermint schnapps might do the trick. They're saying Rumpelmints peppermint schnapps.
Ooh, Crown Maple. See, Crown Maple's too strong by itself, but I think it would be pretty damn good in a anything.
How about Godiva milk chocolate liqueur or Frangelico?
I don't even know what that is.
It is you know what it is? It's a milk chocolate liqueur.
Oh, thank you. Somebody says the Vanilla Frosty is superior. I need to find out for myself.
I don't have a problem with that. Right now, my favorite shake is from In-N-Out. And Danny's out of his mind because he disagrees with me on that.
Sailor Jerry's Spiced Rum, by far the best.
They're saying that Fernet Branca, I don't even know what that is, Fernet Branca, Canadian Club Whiskey, and Smirnoff Whipped Cream Vodka don't do it. Huh. They, according to this food reviewer, not good with the Wendy's Frosty. And that would be the chocolate Frosty, I'm thinking.
Oh, somebody's got a great call with the Vanilla Frosty.
Yes?
Go with like an orange liqueur, so it's like a creamsicle.
Yes! Great call.
Oh, so it says right now they're 50-cent Frosties. You could buy one of each.
Yep. We got to do it for science.
Yeah, it's only fair that we do a taste test.
Yeah, man. Is there a Wendy's close to us?
No. If you think it is there.
Yeah, that's the only problem with Wendy's is you really got to
by my house.
There's one at the airport. I know that.
Yeah, there's a couple by my house.
I know.
In Tacoma.
Yeah, well, you know what?
There's none in Seattle, not even like in the Stadium District area?
No. I know. I'm surprised.
Like we got Arby's.
I can't think of a Wendy's around here.
Yeah, there's not one in Soto.
No.
What? Come on, Seattle.
Right, why don't we get in on this and start a franchise?
It's a good call.
There's a need for Wendy's. Now that we're talking about alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, why don't we just go to Lunchbox Lab? I mean, seriously, at this point,
because you can't get it for 50 cents. That's why.
Oh, there is a good. Yeah, that's. Yeah, you're right.
Upside says the joke's on you guys. The chocolate Frosty is actually half chocolate, half vanilla because Dave Thomas felt the chocolate was too overpowering of a flavor to eat with a cheeseburger.
Oh, we've been had.
Whoa! Wow. Well, some people get a swirl. Makes sense. I mean, that's probably why the swirl was invented in the first place. Maybe people thought there was too much chocolate going on at the DQ, and if you're getting your braiseur, you want a burger and you want to have that lighter chocolate.
There's a Wendy's in Ballard.
That's
still far.
It's still a ride.
But the way it is to get to Ballard, it might be quicker to go to Puyallup.
Or Lake City.
Oh, by Rick's?
It's further down. Oh. But I know where Rick's.
How do we not have one downtown? What is going on with our downtown? We don't have a Wendy's. That's bizarre.
We have nothing.
There's nothing. I mean, in Soto, you have like an Arby's and a BK, but that's really the only thing.
Well, there's got to be a Mickey in the Box, and there's a Mickey D's by the Elephant, right? I mean, I know there's a Mickey D's by the Elephant Car Wash.
Yep.
Yeah. So I know. I don't understand what's wrong with our city. I thought we built this city on rock and roll and Wendy's Frosties. I thought that was the song.
We did. The times have changed now.
All right, fine.
Gone is grunge and fast food.
Damn it. Why?
Yeah, but everyone's saying Wendy's in Ballard's probably the closest. You could order it through Postmates.
Oh.
Well, I never thought about doing something like that.
Postmates. I thought that was like a thing that you did with stamps.
No, it's kind of like Uber Eats.
Yeah, it's a delivery service for food.
Oh. Why would they call it Postmates?
Oh, I'm thinking of Stamps.com.
No, but I'm with you, dude. When I think of the word post, I don't think of food.
Yeah.
And when I think of mates, all I think is like, I don't understand it, but you know what? They name their business. All right, I've got the most effective strategy.
So can we order through Postmates a bunch of Frosties to show up here to work?
The trouble is will they be melted by the time the dude gets them here?
Well, that's all up to that person.
Yeah.
And how good they are.
I've tried a lot of different of these bring your food to your services. I have not been impressed because, again, they're just the same geniuses that are like regular human beings. And I just don't think regular human beings care that much.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I hate to say it.
So he says the Wendy's is walking distance from Rick's, Vicky.
Oh, well, now you're talking about getting a stiff Frosty and something else.
I was thinking of the other strip club, Pandora. My bad.
Huh.
There's one called Pandora on Lake City Way.
Well, it's nice to know that Vicky knows all the strip clubs in Lake City Way.
I used to live in Lake City Way.
Yeah, like you haven't been.
It's called Pandora. It's not like Pandora's box.
Something Pandora.
I think it's probably implied, Steve.
Oh,
okay. We're classy up here.
That's just how we call it, man. It's just we're going to Pandora, man. Like every Friday.
And if you're going to walk to Wendy's, you might want to start at Wendy's and then walk to the strip club. It might be an awkward walk from the strip club to Wendy's.
Let me just tell you this. Well, you won't need a straw to stir your Frosty.
Oh boy.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. All right, since we're talking about eating,
yes,
let me tell you the most effective strategy for feeling better after you get dumped. And yes,
it's eating.
It is eating.
I always thought good old getting drunk all the time was the best way to deal with it.
Or going out and getting strange.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you get dumped. First thing we do is get you some action. That's what I thought was supposed to be the thing. And they're saying, no, these group of scientists just said, you know what? We got 3 big strategies that people use to deal with a breakup after a long-term relationship.
See, I thought food, booze, and sex would probably be the best.
Well, let's find out. Let's take a look, because they use brain scans, Steve. And you know how you can't get those because no brain scan. But they did do brain scans, and they found there's no perfect strategy for getting over a breakup immediately. But here are some ways you can cope a little better. And they're saying the best strategy, of course, is distraction. And the best thing to be distracted by is a bunch of food. It makes sense to me. It really does, because at least as a dude, I know usually sex is a distraction for me. If somebody is trying to, basically my wife, is trying to get me not to be in a bad mood or be really bothered by something, well, no, she uses sex.
Oh.
But the trouble is sex is not what you can use when you get dumped. Like, that's like probably the last thing you're thinking of is really of sex. So food is the next best distraction.
See, I think food has been that for me. I guess my wife and my mom know me all too well, because when I was a kid, if I was bumming, my mom would hook it up with a bowl of ice cream and crushed up some pretzels, and I swirl it all together. Yeah. And that would put me in a better. Now, granted, my wife isn't as extreme as my mom was trying to give me all this unhealthy stuff. But even like my wife, if she knows I'm not doing all too well, I'll get a little extra ice cream scoop and maybe a little popcorn.
See, I think a lot of women know that.
Yeah.
Second best strategy, they say, is trashing your ex.
I kind of just want to be done with the person, though. I just kind of want to move on and not keep dwelling on that person, because all that's doing then is just reminding you of that person, good or bad. They're still in your brain.
Well, I know for some people, it would kind of feel like I need to not have any good associations with this person. Otherwise, I will be tempted to think about them in a good way later. So I'm thinking right after, it's like, I want to think of him as a jerk, so I don't have to ever think about him again.
They say that actually, Vicky, they say that helps with recovery. It says that if you love their ex less, helps you with recovery, but unfortunately also puts you in a worse mood, so there is that trade-off.
One person says to get over a breakup, you go to the Acropolis for some food and sex.
Yeah.
I like this plan.
I don't think you get sex there, but you get sexy ladies.
Now, they had a third strategy that I don't know anybody who does this.
Oh, boy. Knitting. Knitting?
I would like to take a visit of your brain. That you should run tours of your brain. How do you get? Why do you think knitting is a strategy to forget your ex?
You said it's something that nobody does. I don't know anyone that knits, so that's why I thought.
All right. You don't know anybody who knits in general, or who knits when they're getting over their ex?
Both.
Okay.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Now it's time for Facebook Drama!
And this is our opportunity, BJ, to point out the idiots that are on Facebook, and there's a few of them out there. This is an actual Facebook post. The drama unfolds because of it, and of course we're going to act it out. So this time around, playing the role of Tina, the original poster, will be you, BJ.
Okay, yes.
Rev, you will be Dave.
Sweet.
Vicky, you're Pete.
Okay.
My headphones are acting weird. There we go. Sorry about that. I thought your microphone went off, but it was just my headphones. And I will be playing the role of Chrissy. So once again...
Chrissy, we need you, man. Get those headphones working.
I fixed them. Everything's good. I can hear again.
Yes!
All right, so the original poster, once again, is Tina. So, BJ, please take it away.
Does anybody know the law about leaving vehicles parked in your front yard? I live in a duplex, and the neighbor has a broke-down car on the lawn.
I'm not an attorney, but I'm pretty sure that your shared front lawn is not a driveway.
Well, I know it looks bad, but there could be a reason. Maybe they can't afford to fix it right now.
If they can't afford to fix them, I understand. But parked in the yard in front like some hillbilly garden ornament? SMH!
Why are you on here asking? Just go next door and ask them what's up.
Yeah, bitch. Why don't you just come next door? Oh, I know why. Because you still owe us money from when your car needed to be fixed. So rather than pay us back so we can fix our car, maybe you can get the city to take our car. Is that the plan?
Yo, I don't care about your broken car, but leaving it on the lawn, I want you mow around it.
It's there as a reminder for you to pay us back. It will stay there until that happens. Hashtag pay us back, bitch.
LOL, I bet you didn't think she would see this reply. Hashtag awkward.
I didn't, LOL. I figured they were too broke to have the internet.
We have the internet, thank you very much.
I bet you're stealing it. If not, maybe you should cancel it and apply that money towards getting your car fixed. Or hell, maybe buy some new teeth, you meth head.
I don't do meth anymore.
I'm done with the internet for today after reading this.
City folks just don't get it.
I think it's, wow, that escalated.
Yeah, dude.
Well, we've learned a lot about all those folks. We really, really have.
And how?
Whoa. You know, if you
She doesn't do meth anymore.
if you don't have any of these problems, feel good today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And that is the good news, Steve. You're right. At least Chrissy doesn't do meth anymore. That's the good news.
Yeah, I think this is a story of human triumph, and I think people are reading into the rest of it unnecessarily.
That's the takeaway.
I don't know what I would do if someone had a car in the front. I know people have that, and I drive by some neighborhoods in Puyallup that I see that. I just don't know if I can handle that. It just looks weird.
My insane neighbor, yeah, they have a car lot essentially out front.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they have any cars without tires in the front?
I don't know for sure because a couple of them are just against the back fence, and they have never moved since I've been there. So it stands to reason that if they have tires, they're
flat.
Yeah, they're flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, man. I have been in a state of not giving a damn, no F's given, where I've let my yard go to hell. And when I was a renter, and I remember the renting agency came down and said, "Look, dude, you've got to fix this. Your yard's a mess."
I always tried my best to keep the front yard looking good. I mean, I wasn't always very good at it, but I would try and keep it somewhat decent. But the backyard would always be a mess. But I'm like, it's hidden by a fence. Only people who see it is me.
Yeah, I mean, for me though, it didn't matter. And I used to say, you know what, I'm a renter. I shouldn't even have to do this. And really, it's lame. But you know what? I was a miserable SOB who just didn't care about what anybody else had to deal with in life. And I feel like that's what happens. You get to that state and you just don't care about your neighbors. And poor Rev's situation, he put a video. Can I say you put that video up of that special person?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, he put a video up of his screaming neighbor, dude.
Oh yeah, we played the audio on the Migs cast.
Oh, my
Not
God.
safe for work, everybody.
No.
Oh, she was. I mean, on every level, you're like, why do you have to be my neighbor?
Yeah, just yelling and screaming at people.
Yeah, at first I thought it was fun, and now it's after 2 years, it's gotten kind of old.
Yeah, it sure has.
Yep.
And she just has that, you could tell, she's just got that body language of like, wow, you're going to shank somebody someday. You're just going to come over and attack somebody.
One person says, honest to God, that segment, Facebook Drama, is exactly why I refuse to log on to Facebook. Thank you for doing that segment every day to keep it fresh in mind.
Yeah, and like we tell you, these are real Facebook posts that listeners send us, and we just act out. And man, I can't believe these people exist, and they do.
If she didn't think that her neighbors had the internet, how could she be friends with them on Facebook? I'm so confused.
Yeah, she's a genius.
Look, I don't think anyone involved in that thread was very bright.
Are you sure about that?
I could be wrong. Dave seemed like he was okay.
I mean, you know what? She was able to take money from people and not give it back. She seems pretty bright to me.
Dave seemed like the most logical in that whole thing because he's just like, if you have an issue, why don't you knock on her door and say what's up?
Well, because he doesn't want to have to pay her back. Because she's cheating. Yeah. Got a new survey. Ask people what clothes they hate the most. Because that's what I've been talking about.
Underwear.
I've been talking to people all the time. Yeah, underwear's it. Steve, you actually hit the number one.
No.
Yeah, you did.
Underwear is the clothes that people hate them. I love underwear.
Speedos, actually.
That's
underwear.
Not underwear,
That's a
man.
bathing suit, brah.
Oh,
Yeah, for
yeah, I
weird
guess you're
Europeans.
right. You're right. It is a bathing suit more. But I mean, you can wear it like underwear if you wanted to.
Let's not. Come on, man. You're trying too hard.
Am I really?
Yeah, it's not underwear.
All right.
Speedos are Speedos.
Speedos are Speedos. Yeah, and you're right. It is a bathing suit. And you know what?
I've never owned a pair.
You know how many people don't like them? Your favorite number?
69.
69% don't like them.
Has anyone ever worn Speedos?
No.
Nope.
Should we get some?
Nope.
Dude, I don't have the physique for that.
So that's the best part.
None of us do.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know what? I think Danny does.
Hey, thanks.
Do you really want to see Danny in a Speedo? Because that's what you just said.
Clearly
I'll wear
that's what he
Speedos.
wants.
I'm just giving Danny credit. I don't want to see anybody in a Speedo, but I think Danny's been working really hard at the gym.
You want to see Danny in Speedo. That's cool.
All right. You know what?
Danny wears a Speedo in the gym.
It's true, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
on the treadmill.
And see, people like it there.
Yep.
Number 2 on the list, leather pants. I don't know. I love seeing a chick in leather pants. People don't like that? Maybe if it's a guy. Maybe if you don't like seeing people in a gender you're not digging, maybe that's a thing.
The only time I'm thinking of leather pants now is like Tom Cruise and the Rock of Ages. And I don't need that in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can think of with all the great women that have worn leather pants?
Yeah, I think chicks look great in leather pants.
It's the first thing that just came to mind. So, yeah, it's a burn there.
You need help, buddy.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Why don't we all get leather pants?
No.
Again, I only like women in leather pants, and for that matter,
Have you ever
women in
worn
Speedos.
leather pants?
I don't believe so.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah.
I have. They get really hot.
Do they?
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of swamp ass.
Oh.
There is that. Though, I mean, you know what? I think a lot of riders look good in leather pants. You know, you
Lot of
look
riders?
the look. You know, motorcycle riders.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's more like the chaps you're talking, though.
Whatever the case is, you got to wear the leather because
Yeah.
if you fall off the bike, you protect yourself. I mean, so when they wear leather, it's a good look. How about this? Crocs. Can anybody say that?
Yes.
No, you can't pull them off, Rev.
I love Crocs, and I can pull them off fantastically.
I don't think any human pulls off
ever,
Crocs.
Do you ever wear Crocs here at work?
No, not at work.
Thank God.
No, but I'll wear
Are they
them.
like slippers for you?
Anytime that I have to go out and I don't want to put on socks or waste time putting on shoes, I can just slip on the Crocs. I've had Crocs for years. I'll always have a pair of Crocs.
What color is your Crocs?
Black.
Nice, 'cause
Yeah.
you're a rebel.
Totally. Goes
Yeah.
well with my black t-shirt.
Yeah, Crocs are dumb.
What?
Yeah, they are.
Have you even worn them? They are the most comfortable shoe you will ever wear.
I've heard
We
that
should
they're
get Crocs.
comfortable. I would like to try because I mean,
We should get Crocs.
I mean, if that's the sad thing, if they really are the most comfortable shoe, why do they got to be so damn ugly? Can't they make them look better?
Don't they make your feet stink?
I mean,
How is that
a little bit.
possible?
Well, it's feet, Vic. You can find out.
yeah. You want to come smell my
But they
feet?
got all those holes in them. What are the holes there for if
Exactly.
your feet
It's
stink?
plastic,
To
though.
bedazzle them. That's what they're there for.
You can actually, they have like trinkets
Yeah,
and
you can
charms
get
that you
flair.
can put in the holes.
So why would they make a stupid-looking shoe with holes if it doesn't actually keep your feet from stinking?
I'm thinking your feet are sweating, rubbing up against plastic all day.
But that's what I'm saying. Then why would they put the holes
Is
in
it
there?
plastic or is it rubber?
Rubber,
Like
plastic.
It's
silicone?
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird plasticky. Yeah, silicone, I think maybe. That's actually probably the right word.
Oh, look at number 4 on the
Why
list.
don't we all get leather pants? Underneath them, we'll wear Speedos and we'll walk around in Crocs.
Yeah, I was thinking the Speedo over the leather pants, but
Yeah, we
that
could
works
do that.
too.
Yeah, that's a look.
Or we get chaps
Yes.
with Speedos on. That way you see everything.
I want mine assless.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, they're chaps. They're assless.
I thought that there were different kinds of chaps. Oh, wait, am I thinking of something else? Oh, no, crotchless.
You're thinking of your dudes.
Okay, whatever I'm thinking of. Bell bottoms is also number 4 on this list of what people hate for clothes. See, that's my generation. We
Yeah.
wore bell bottoms all the time. I kind of miss those days.
The hippie look is a cool look on chicks.
Yeah, everything's a cool look on. Have you noticed that? Really,
Some
everything's
point.
a cool look on chicks.
Not Crocs.
No, Crocs are fine too.
No.
No, I think you might be right, Steve. I think Crocs might be the only stupid thing, no matter what. It doesn't look good on anybody.
Somebody says, hey, Crocs are super comfortable and they make them now in fabric.
Really?
So then what makes them super comfortable if they're in fabric? If it's not the stupid rubber part of it, then how are they making them super comfortable? And why haven't other shoe companies figured out how to do that?
So he
then?
says, I have a pair of Seahawks Crocs. I love them. I wear them in the house where I'm not allowed to wear shoes.
He's Sea Crocs.
Sea Crocs.
All right. This one over here, clothes with elbow patches. Really?
Oh, I miss those days. Remember those jackets that had the elbow patches on them?
Yeah, like the professor, the tweed jacket. kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. That's interesting because that came back in style a little bit for a while. Maybe, I don't know.
But I bet people have like
6 years ago.
sweaters that have the elbow
Yeah.
patch on them as well.
This one makes me sad.
Oh, boy.
Tracksuits.
Tracksuits are awesome.
I know, but the people hate them, and I that's all I'm going to wear when I get old, or I should say older.
Were you going to go velvet, or that velour type?
Oh yeah. I want to look like
right?
I want to look like Paulie from The Sopranos.
See, we should all
Hey,
get
hey.
velour tracksuits. I am
Why
in
don't
for
we
that.
get BJ and Miggs tracksuits, and then
love
we go
that
to all of
idea.
our events wearing them?
I-
We're like this really weird misfit-looking version of Run DMC.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.